What up, y'all, and welcome to another episode of the Pastrybear podcast. I'm your host, Winston Murdoch, and today is another special day for me. And, we normally talk to a lot of chefs, but now we're going on the other side of the chef field. We're going to talk to Stephen Hamilton, who is a caterer in Kingston, Jamaica. How you doing, Stephen?
I'm good so far now, Winston. How are you doing?
Wonderful, wonderful. Just like I tell all my guests when they come on, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to sit down and talk with us so our listeners can get to know a little bit more about you and about what you do. How is everything going on with you?
It's good so far, the COVID at the moment, but we are working around it.
Yeah. I saw that you went on vacation and you were stuck out of the country for a while.
Yes, March 15th is my birthday, so every year I leave the island for my birthday. So this year my goal was to experience European cuisine, that's one, and also to experience Europe overall. So I went to Greece, I went to Belgium, and I went to Amsterdam. So it was for 2 weeks, but I got trapped for 3 months and 3 weeks.
Oh, it was that long?
Yes, so that long, from basically from in March until June.
Wow. So what was that like? Yeah. Like on the traveling aspect, because I love to travel too. What was that experience like traveling to that side of the world? Culture-wise?
Of course, it is different, right? Different cuisine, different language, and of course you have language barrier because you have to speak Dutch and several languages. But at the end of the day, food is universal. So if you don't know what is what, you just point on it and you just Google it or you do something and you find what is what.
Right.
So it was fun.
So why do you always go away for your birthday? What is the reason behind that?
The world is there to explore, Winston. Why not?
Definitely. So you enjoy like venturing into new cultures? Is it just something that you want to see new places?
That is correct. That is correct. Because for example, why in my company is called Eskay. So why is for youth, right? And while I try to use different persons from different diversity of cultures.
Right.
So I have Indian chef, I have African chefs here, I have persons from France in my company. So from different background, of course, in my company. So basically, I'm able to offer a different cuisine to different clients if they requested.
Oh wow! So that really helps you in your business then.
That's correct.
Definitely. So let's step back for a second. The reason why I wanted to talk about that vacation because it stand out, and it's been a while since I wanted to talk to you, and I always wanted to ask you what happened on that vacation. But let's go back to the beginning. What part of Jamaica you were born in?
I was born in Kingston, Jamaica, right? Yeah. And from that, I'm still here.
You haven't left. You haven't lived anywhere else.
I haven't lived. It's just strictly vacation only.
So you say you was born in Kingston and you've been there ever since. What school did you go to in Kingston?
First I went to Hope Valley Primary School. Then I left there. I went to Arden Extension High School. Left from there. Then I went to UTech. Right. Okay. Finishing my degree. That's it. I finished school and decided to venture into my own dream and to live my life. And to basically explore the world and also to show Jamaica what a catering company should be and must be.
Right. So you had intentions from an early age that you wanted to become a chef, or this was something that?
Yes, no. To be honest with you, I wanted to become a lawyer first, right?
Right.
I used to love watch CSI, different stuff, and the whole law firm and law order, I should say.
Right.
But doing the course in sixth form, though, I didn't really like it. A lot of distinction. Not less, but I didn't like it. And I realized that my passion was food. And when I cook, it's like I'm escaping a different world. So I decided, all right, from that time free, I went to pursue my career as a caterer / executive chef.
Oh, wow. Because I realized that a lot of people, they start their journey off, based on, their mom used to cook and that's where their love came from. So that was a curiosity of mine. And I realized that there's something about you, like we was talking earlier. You don't really, on Instagram or on all the social media, you don't really promote yourself in the sense of, like a showcase chef. You're more on the side of catering. And what is it about catering that make you, what is it about catering that pulls you in?
It's a 5-letter word.
Right.
And it's called money. Right? Believe it or not.
Really?
No person will not face the fact that it's because of money, or because someone say, because of passion and this and that. But the reality is that no, because of money. One, it is more profitable for me. And being a showcase chef, not saying don't get paid, but I'm not there for society. I'm not there for as a puppet or say to be mimicked by society. I'm here to cater for the world,
Right.
to do events, to do weddings, to do just about everything. Not saying I don't do it, but I love catering. I love to do mass catering services. I love to do consultation, just about everything. I'm still on social media, but I try my best to push for events mostly and consultation.
Right. Oh, okay. Because I think most chefs nowadays are more going to celebrity chef status. It's all
That's
about
correct.
being popular and all about being present. And like you said, a lot of them are not making money, and a lot of people are not going to be honest. They feel like if you're on the Instagram and the Facebook and doing YouTube videos, that you're definitely going to make money. It's
That's
not. It's not
correct.
like that. You know what I mean? And I realize your the approach is different. You know what I mean? Majority of the stuff that you post, and I see that you do a lot of weddings, a lot of
That's correct.
weddings.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So how did you get the introduction into the market? Like, walk us through after you left college and you decided, okay, you know what, I'm gonna start a catering company. What was that process like?
Okay, I think at the age of 7, I was able to cook basically, right?
Right.
So I should say, leaving from college, I always had the passion to cook. So I volunteered myself at Altamont Court Hotel to
Mm-hmm.
get experience to be a caterer, or I should say a restaurant manager or something.
Right.
And I told the HR manager that I wanted to become a chef slash a caterer. And the person said, sure, not a problem. And that location, they do several events there, like during the Christmas time and stuff. So I got hands-on experience, and I realized I liked it. So
Mm.
with the following Christmas, I volunteered my service and stuff, and then I started to put my work on High Five. That's before Facebook. And a person contacted me, and they said she's coming to Jamaica, and her son is getting married, and she want me to do the wedding. But bear in mind, I don't know how to do it. You understand? I don't
Really?
know how to do an invoice. I didn't know how to do a mass catering, but I just started. You understand?
Right.
So I asked the assistant of my lecturer during college, and which assisted me with the wedding and stuff. And from that until this day, I continue. And then what basically propelled the wedding industry for me as well, in terms of getting several weddings. I own everything for the company,
Mm.
right? So from plateware, glassware, tablecloth, the whole work. My own truck, everything. So it's a one-stop shop. Rather than booking a caterer, looking for plates, looking for transportation, looking for rental, I'm everything in one stop. That's one. Secondly, last year came second runner-up in the Caribbean Wedding Industry Award,
Mm.
right? So basically recognize the persons in the industry that basically excel in different areas. So you have caterer of the year, you have wedding planner of the year, those stuff. And I came second for Jamaica, right? So in saying that, from the year 2012 to now, I've done over 386 weddings to date.
What?
Right. Last year counting was 38 weddings last year, and I had some other private weddings I didn't post on social media. So I'll say today I did over 52 weddings last year.
Mm. Mm. So you'd say that's the biggest side of your business then, the
That's
weddings.
correct. Wedding and also consultation.
The consultation. So we're going to talk about the consultation in a little bit because,
Hmm.
like for me, I didn't know that was such a big thing there. You know what I mean? And to be honest, majority of the times when I was back in Jamaica, the consultations that I would see would be from white chefs. You know what I mean? People from outside of the country. So
That's correct.
it's really good to see that somebody who's local is actually doing these work. And I see that you work with a lot of companies down there, with helping out with menus and the restaurant development. Because I've been following your page for a while, but I want to know, like, what are some of the challenges, or what are some of the challenges you face, like initially when you started out doing this catering?
Okay, now first thing first is one recognition, right? Starting a catering company, not everyone will use the company, right? I remember as particular promoter, should say, I went to him and said, Winston, like for example, I want to cater for an event. And I said, Chef, something about a company, I'm doing a mess up my big event. That was per said exactly,
Right.
right? So that motivated me to push further, right? I sponsored several events and stuff. And I said, all right, I need to be out there. So, of course, recognition was one. No
Mm-hmm.
one knew about Eskay catering and stuff. So I had to go out there and sponsor several functions, and I lost several money in terms of giving away catering service, discounted costs, free this, free that. I have to push out because, quote unquote, Jamaican love freeness, believe it or not. Some person might fail to understand the reality of life, but it's the truth.
Right.
Right? No offense, no one, but it is the truth. Believe it or not. Some chef will basically pretend, say, okay, them start, them company, and them rich, and everybody about them teaching service. No, everyone have challenges. So
Right.
that was one challenge. Of course, next challenge was financial constraints, right? So, I don't come from an affluent background,
Right.
right? So I had to go on a work and travel program at UTech. So I went overseas to Texas and I worked as a housekeeper.
Mm-hmm.
That was $10.50 an hour. And I cleaned bed, make up, miss, laundry, the whole works. And I came back to Jamaica and saved that money. I went 2 years straight. Okay, after college, I've saved that money and I decided to start my catering company. And I bought my equipment little by little. And every function I do, I buy something. So one, financial constraint, and two, it was recognition. So those were my two major challenges starting the company.
Wow. That's inspiring because, like I said, man, some people would see you where you are right now and just think like, everything was handed to you. You know what I mean? To know that you can actually have to go out there and work and start this company from scratch by doing something that you never, planned on doing, housekeeping. You know what I mean? Look at the transition from you're training to become a chef, but then you venture into something else because the end goal is. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Wow. So how long did it take you to get from unrecognized to recognized?
Safe to say about 2 years. The first year of business was a failure for me. And understand it made some mistakes in terms of calculation and equipment. You do have certain equipment, and most of your profit is going into rental. You understand? So it's safely about 2 years.
All right. And what you think propelled you within that 2 years to get you to that level?
Repeat?
What you think propelled you to get to the level within that 2 years?
Consistency, determination, and innovativeness in the industry, and you want to showcase something different to society. And when they see something different, they will gravitate towards it. So that, of course, propelled me to become where I'm at the moment.
Right. And I must tell you that I think your company is very professional. I spoke to somebody who did some work with you, and they spoke highly of you. You know what I mean? In terms of you were on point. I think the person was saying that they was calling other people to get catering service, and when they called them and they asked for a menu, it was like 2 hours before they send the menu. And then they were saying that pretty much it's like when they finally decide the menu, it takes them forever to cost the menu. And they said when they was dealing with you, like everything was on point. You gave them the menu, you gave them the price. Once you knew how many people you're catering for, you just went ahead and gave them a quote for it right away. And they said they loved that. And they loved the food that you made too.
Thank you very much.
So that came with experience, because I don't think you had that right away, right? Or did you understand what would it take for the clients to respect your type of business or respect what you're doing?
In quote unquote, you don't need to read that into a book. You just call customer service. It's the whole way how you do it, right? You put yourself in a customer perspective, a customer shoes. You call somebody, you want the service right away. You want the cost right away. You understand?
Right.
So normally at time person takes some hours to respond. If I'm busy on a function though, I tell them within less than 24 hours and I explain to them.
Right.
Right? And what I do, I try to do like a template. So basically, when a client calls, just simple drop in what the clients want, tell them the total, and send it off same time frame. And if they wish to discuss now, then they call back or call back and follow up, and then give them the detailed breakdown of the invoice.
Right. Wow, that's beautiful, man. So we want to know what the word Eskay means, because I see that name. At some point, I ain't gonna lie to you, the name almost sounds like a gun. You know what I mean?
Correct.
The first time I heard it,
yeah.
The first time I heard the name, I was like, that sounds like a gun. But then I thought about it. I'm like, no. I Googled it. I never saw a gun that name. So what made you come up with this name, and what does the name mean to you?
As you realize here, it's tattooed on my hand. Right. So E is for Esteban, my name in Spanish. I've been to several Spanish-speaking countries. I've been to Dominican Republic. I've been to Cuba. I've been to Peru. I've been to several other Spanish-speaking countries. Right. So E is for Esteban in Espanol. Right. S is for Stephen, my first name, meaning ruler, meaning empire, meaning the boss. Right. K is for Kingston, born and grown in Kingston. Right. A is for Augustus. Right, that's my middle name. Right. And Y is for youth. I use younger society persons in my company. Young minds, young mind, because innovative, creative thinkers, the whole world, and to showcase that young persons can take over the culinary industry. So it's Eskay Catering by Stephen Hamilton.
Right. So you sat down and thought about all those letters when you were coming up with the name.
Step by step.
And that's how you get, because the name is unique. You know what I mean? And that's a very good part of when you're doing business, is you have to have a unique name. You know what I mean? I
don't want something cliche. That's what it is. You don't want something cliche, understand? Or Catering by Stephen Hamilton, or Cuts by Knives, or something. I don't want that. I don't want a cliche. So I wanted something different, something innovative, something that person will think out of the box, something different that the person will be willing to spend their money.
Right. How many years now you're this company's around?
Officially 8 years now. I started from the year 2012.
2012.
So it's 8 years now operating this company now.
Right. How has the COVID affected business?
In Jamaican term, mashed up, boss. Yeah, that.
I can imagine, man. Because like I said,
Yeah,
I see they have curfews and stuff going on, and
yeah,
nobody
man.
can move around.
In reality, mashed up. But what happened now? When the curfew dropped, or I should say the COVID situation, you have to think different outside of the box. So if you look on my social media page right now, we're offering catering service by drop-off service only in terms of aluminum trays or self-serve buffet. My staffs are fully equipped in terms of hand sanitizers, masks, face shields and stuff. If you look on the social media page, you see my staff full attired and ready to fight this COVID. And also to, give the client something different and also a safe space to use the catering services.
Oh, man, I don't know, man. Like I said, it's so difficult and it's so hard for people to walk around with these masks on their face. It's annoying. You know what I mean?
It is, but you have to protect yourself. And that's
yeah, it's a part of it. So they got a curfew going on down there, no, right?
Yes, curfew noise ends at 9 o'clock. So it's not so bad. You understand?
Oh, 9 p.m. So okay, that's not that bad. Because you can get a lot done now. Can I see the parties starting up again, people going out again?
Yes, I know everybody have quote unquote ball in Jamaican terms, ball don't look money to boy them broke and this and that. But at the end of the day, you have to, of course, I give discounts. So I have several catering special on my page to help persons to save, right? So saving a dollar here or there, it is good for them and also more business from a company. So I think something innovative, think for the client perspective, and I said I own everything for the company. So I try to give something to use my service.
Right. So let me ask you, what do you think, based on your perspective, what do you think is missing from the catering scene in Jamaica?
What is missing is what Eskay Catering will bring coming up in 2021.
Yeah.
So whatever is missing, you will see it open up to society. What persons fail to analyze or realize in this industry, it's a sardine tin. Everyone is in the same arena, the same industry. Everyone is offering the same marketing. Everyone is going to John Brown shop to do this or buy this and do the same thing.
Right.
But you have to step out of the box. And this is where my company is stepping out of the box and showcase something different that I will showcase to the world. And until the colonel of KFC reveal his secret, I would not reveal my secret until they see what's happening.
You a hot man. Oh my God, you pulled the colonel one on me. Okay, I like that. But like I said, man, I don't know. I haven't had much experience with catering aspect when it comes to the local scene because I don't know. It's like for me, I think it's like on one level in terms of the presentation. In terms of what would you say now? The type of food I haven't seen, and maybe I'm not looking around. I'm not seeing many catering company. I think probably yours is one of the main ones you'll see because it seems like you get all the elite people, all the big companies.
I try my best to.
No, seriously, because it seems like you know everybody because every time I turn around, you somewhere on somebody's page. You know what I mean?
I try. It's called marketing. It's effective marketing, guerrilla marketing.
Right.
You can't just. The same way you have other companies that constantly market their business every single day. I have to do the same. I have to think about something out of the box. For example, Christmas is around the corner.
Right.
My Christmas menus are ready. I've started the market for Christmas and stuff. I'm getting requests for Christmas services and stuff. So you have to think ahead of the game. Must be one footstep further.
Right.
Rather than back.
Right.
Because any other big complacent and you sit down and relax. Oh yes, I'm the biggest caterer, I'm the caterer. No. A young you just come and slap your foot in Jamaican terms, you're nobody after. Someone just come and take over and getting all that business.
Right.
And you cannot be mean in this industry. You cannot be talking down about other caterers, other chefs. The cake is big enough to share.
For everybody, right?
Same way you have several carmans and every carman is in a sale, the same way you have several caterers. I push myself as a caterer rather than a private chef. Right. If someone wants to hire me as a private chef, not a problem, I do that. But the catering aspect, once I push SK, I push the youths with me. I push employment. I push able to help persons. When I'm working by myself, it's just about basically my assistant or the driver. While doing the company now, several persons are able to make an income. So that's why I push SK catering more than Chef Stephen Hamilton.
Right, right. So in the company, you what kind of cuisine you think the people are more going towards in terms of like are they more onto Jamaican food or they like more international or is it a mixture?
It's a mixture. You know, it depends on the vibes. The most, for example, from international clients that do the weddings here, of course, Jamaican food they want with that twist.
Mm,
For local persons here, they want American food with that twist. It's basically vice versa. It's basically
right,
a mixture of different cuisine in one.
right, right, right. So you said Americans they like they want to get the Jamaican food, and then the Jamaicans sometimes they want the Jamaican and the international. Realize that most people in the culture in Jamaica they like to have more international stuff. They like more finesse in their food. They don't want to have the, like back in the days, when people have a birthday party, they have curry goat and oxtail and stuff.
All right, some peas and
Right,
yeah,
right.
gone
Most
diverse.
like now when people having well, based on most of the ones that I see, and maybe you're not posting all the pictures on your page, but they're doing more like I see that you're very creative with your menus. You try to incorporate
I'm
different.
very yes.
Yeah, you incorporate a lot of the local stuff in with French techniques. Is
Mm-hmm.
it that you structure your menus like that, and then they choose from the menu, or you sit down with them and find out their flavor profile, what they like, and then you write a menu around that?
Is both, right? So at times clients call the catering company and don't know what they want. They want to get married, of course, but they don't know what kind of food they want. So of course, I have a structured menu, and they're able to choose what they want from appetizer, main course, dessert, buffet station, plated service, the whole works, bar service, everything. So
Mm-hmm.
have something structured. And for a person willing to diversity and willing to open up on different palettes and stuff, or just say different cuisine,
Right.
I will then sit down and create a menu from for them from scratch based on their budget, of course. So it's both
Mm.
structured and also freelance.
Oh, so you work with budgets too. You're not gonna just have a set price all the time, no?
No man, there's no set price for the catering company. Of course, you have a set price to grant for the packages,
Right.
but if the clients have a specific budget, once it's feasible and can cover all expenses and they need a profit, I'll do it.
Okay, no problem, no problem. I like that. So let's go on the other side of your business now. Let's go on the consultation side of it. Because I
Mm-hmm.
don't think you really emphasize on that a lot. Sometimes you're in some of that stuff and sometimes you don't. So explain to us what it means when you say you're consultating for a restaurant.
Okay then, so on my social media pages yesterday, I created an IG story on it. So when you click on consultation, you will see different stuff I do for different companies, such as menu development. I basically train staffing. I help with construction. I help with decor. And basically, from construction stage, come straight up. If you have a restaurant already, I come in and revamp the menu. I train staffing, do POS system, and help with the execution of the restaurant and do a follow up as well. So I do consultation in that aspect as well, and also represent companies for like events or should be a spokesperson for food and beverage on behalf of the company.
Mm. Yeah, because I see that you work with a lot of different brands. So it's only not on well, when I'm thinking about it now, because I saw that the other day you posted something. Is this one of them patty companies? Is it Tasties?
Yeah, Tasties, yes. I was a former consultant for Tasties Limited, controlling all 50 locations island-wide for food and beverage. That's one, and also the consultant. So one, I was a corporate chef, controlling all locations.
Mm.
Secondly, I was a consultant. But yet my time has been finished, right? I still have to promote the company because we still have a good relationship. So when I
Right.
get a chance, I post there about their company as well.
Oh, so you're key in the development of those menus on that side
Yeah, so
before.
they have a that's correct. They have a location called the Brew and Waiting Cafe
Mm-hmm.
in Nigani, right? So I'm the person behind the scene for restaurant development and also in terms of the staffing, training, and the whole menu that you see that is present at the moment.
Oh, so what about the products that I see you post sometimes? Like I see you have different brands that you work with. What are you?
Yeah, so go ahead.
Yeah. I was asking what's the what you call that? Like what's the link behind the brands that you work with?
Okay, link behind the brand is consulting, right? So for example, a company have a new product. It's working with Hamilton. Here's the product, test the product, give us your feedback, and then I create various recipes for it. When I do sponsor events, I carry them on board as sponsor and showcase their product, should say, and basically showcase it throughout my cuisines and should say on my social media platform. So basically consulting in terms of one, marketing, two, product development, and three, in terms of using it all events I do.
Oh, wow. Well, you're very extensive in what you do, man. It's not no regular stuff. This is not no regular you're not just a regular chef like the average chef then. And now I'm
That's
seeing it
correct.
more and more based on we're peeling back these layers of all these things that you're doing. So over the
Hmm.
years, what would you consider to be your biggest accomplishment?
Okay. One, I would say two. I would say two accomplishments. Last year, I was selected to go to New York with Chef Patrick Simpson, right?
Oh, that's for
So
the
I
Google
changed.
thing.
That's correct. So that's one of my biggest accomplishments, showcasing my talent to the world, and also, of course, at Google building, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was catering for 3,000 guests.
Oh,
So
hold on. What?
being a caterer, so 3,000 guests.
What? So hold on now. So this let's walk through this whole Google dynamic. So how did you get the link to do this event? And what was this Google event about?
Okay, then. It was event about celebrating Jamaican independence and a relationship with America, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Google. So Chef Patrick Simpson reached out to me on social media and said they want to partner with me to accomplish the catering for at mass catering. If I
Right.
realized on my social media page I do several mass events.
Right.
So whether from a wedding or from something in Jamaica like 300 person, 400 person, you name it, I have everything that can do it. So
Mm-hmm.
you wanted somebody to be which is very diverse and can handle mass catering. So reach out to me, present the opportunity to me, and of course I accepted. And then there it was. Eskay Catering in New York, catering for Google Building.
Right. Right. So you cooked for over 3,000 people, and
That's correct.
this was a buffet, right?
Yeah, so a buffet, so a different cuisine from that's traditional Jamaican food basically on a buffet.
So what was on that menu? Like curry goat, oxtail, jerk chicken, stuff like that.
Curry goat, the oxtail, the little chicken, you have normal rice and peas, you have curry shrimp, basically Jamaican cuisine. Nothing fancy, so that's standard Jamaican cuisine. But bear in mind, you have different persons from different ethnic backgrounds there in Google building, and that's
Right.
that person's
Right.
passing through and stuff. So that was the opportunity and I assisted Mr. Patrick.
Okay. And what was the other achievement you was
The
going
other
to discuss?
achievement was last year as well for the Caribbean Wedding Industry Award I told you about. So I was
Right.
selected and run up in the Caribbean for Caribbean Caterer of the Year. So
Mm.
that's in terms of being recognized as an elite caterer for wedding services.
Right. 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 And where do you see yourself in another 5 years? Come with your company.
Another 5 years. To be honest with you, several times there's a question that most person asks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I do not have anything set. I don't have a mission statement. I don't have a vision statement. I don't have a plan put down. Seeing that I need to look through. I don't.
Really?
If
Why
I
not?
tell what it is just to me, it's just what society tell you to do,
Right.
right? It's kind of weird. When you go to school, they say you must have a vision statement, a mission statement for a business. You must have a business plan put down, and this and that. That makes no sense.
Right.
Not say it don't make no sense, but you have to just follow society as society goes. Whatever happens in society, you just follow the trend and
Right.
also make your own trend and see what's happening about. So I can say, okay, in the next 5 years, I want to have a building, for example. Might not work.
Right.
You understand? So about 5 years time, of course, I will explain to you, it's 2020, 2025, SK Catering will be one of the biggest catering company in Jamaica.
Right.
May I tell you that in Jamaica, it will.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's not passion. It will eat, sleep, breathe, and I will take over.
Right.
As
Right.
I said, the cake is big enough for everyone it is big enough for everyone to get a piece of it, but I'll create my own cake for it to share among other persons.
You say you go
That's
crazy.
correct. That's correct.
I like that. I like that. I like the confidence in it, man. But like, listen, man. Whatever you want in life, you got to chase it. You know what I mean? So you're telling me all these years that you're operating this business, you never had a plan. You were just always just going off the whim. Whatever is in demand, that's what you're doing. Whatever is required for
That
you.
is correct.
Right. So
Yeah, because for
your
example,
structure
I just
constantly changed
started.
then. Your structure constantly changed. It changed to the environment.
It changed. That's correct. Change the environment. COVID time, no, it changed to COVID.
Right.
Wedding time, change to wedding. Christmas time, change to Christmas. So it go as society follow, but it do not follow society though.
So
It can be society.
what would you say when people would say that you're crazy for saying that? You need a business plan. You need to have some form of structure.
That's their opinion. It's when month-end time comes and you have utility bills to pay and you have bills to pay and stuff, you have to find that money.
Right.
And you take up this plan and look on the mission statement and vision statement on 5 year plan, that can't help you.
Definitely.
That's the reality.
Right.
It's just a goal, yes, and okay, something to look at. So, okay, step 1, step 2, step 3 is basically a programming system. You don't need that.
Right, right. So you got the confidence enough in yourself to know that, you know what, I can do this. I don't need to follow the structure of society. I don't need to follow the business folklores or norms that they have. You're just going to create and go and implement things as you go along.
That is correct. I've been doing it for 8 years. If I wasn't doing it properly, I will fail.
Well, you know, I got to commend you on that, and I think I also believe that you don't always have to follow everything that everybody's doing. You know, sometimes you have to step
No,
out.
that's correct. I don't have a cookbook. I don't have a YouTube channel. I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't follow society. I create my own thing.
Right. So, do you have any other talents than what you're doing in the catering field? Like, let's step away from your business side right now. Let's talk to Stephen Hamilton, right? I know you have a personality. I know that for a fact.
Mm-hmm.
You're a very fun and energetic person because I've seen you. I came to Jamaica at the what do you call that thing? The Taste of Jamaica the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And you was you know, I think he was a judge on a couple of the.
Yes, I was a judge. I was a judge there 4 years straight.
Yeah. Oh, so what was that experience like for judging, and how you feel about?
It's good. It's good, you know. Growing up, should say attending UTech and stuff, and trying to get a sponsor, you know, for finding your project and stuff was very difficult. And I want to give back to society or give back to say, except from sponsoring several events, I want to give back to the youth. So I saw that as a platform to me for volunteering my service and to be a judge. And I applied and I got through. And every year I go down and try my best to give back to society. So it was a great experience.
And do you think this competition is doing any good for the society, for the youths in the culture?
Of course, yeah, definitely it is. And with every competition, there's room for improvement.
Right.
You understand? Of course, there's room for improvement for the competition, and I strongly believe that it can work. And it's just strong management needed, and it can work effectively. But I'm really proud of what they are doing right at the moment.
Right. So would you become like a coach on the team, on the culinary team? Are you not?
I'm not able to become a coach on the team due to my company and the demand for my time frame for my company. That's my dream. Right. I'll do my best just to help to judge the competition, but that's as far as I'll go. I'm not able to take on that position as a coach. I can do it, but I cannot take on that. My company comes first.
Yeah. I understand that. I definitely see that because it's the one paying you your money and giving you that bread for the monthly income that you have, right? But
yes.
You know, I really sometimes think to myself that with the competition that they have down there, because I entered the competition before and, you know, it did a lot for me in terms of exposure. But I feel like they don't really emphasize too much or acknowledge. They say they want you to make the local food, but I don't think they emphasize on it too much. That's my personal perspective, though. You know, because sometimes when you step outside of what they're used to, then they say, oh, you can't do that. You know what I mean? And if it's a competition, you know, you're supposed to.
That's why I tell person, a competition or society don't determine your success in life.
Exactly. Because
and that's you're following the norm.
Exactly.
And if you don't want to follow the norm, you create your own platform to do your creative ideas.
Right.
That's
exactly.
why I created my company.
Exactly. And that's what I say, man. And me personally too, I strive on that too. I don't really follow. I'll set goals, but I'm not, I'm not one of them people who will be like, oh, this is, you got to do it like this. And it has to take 2 months, or it has to, even when I'm cooking, I don't always use the same recipe. You know what I mean? I improve my recipe. If I use it today and tomorrow I go in the kitchen and I see another ingredient that I feel like I could put in there, I'm going to put in there. If I make brown stew chicken today and tomorrow I feel like putting pineapples in there, I'm going to put the pineapples in there. You can't tell me it's not brown stew chicken. It's my brown stew chicken. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So with that, I want to ask you, like, what's your favorite thing to cook for yourself? Because I know you probably don't cook a lot in your company, no?
I'm a head chef as well for the company, right? But there's no position to say in the company. I do just about everything, right? My favorite food is pork. If I realize there's several pork dishes on the main page, whole roasted pig. I love to do whole roasted pig.
Right.
So my favorite meal is pork. Jerk pork, stew pork, any type of pork dish is my thing. Pork and also seafood. But the reality is that now you say, a tailor never have a good pants. Nails are good nails. You never do. And for me, I hardly cook for myself. It's most KFC or Burger King or fast food.
Oh, don't say that. Please don't say that.
It's the reality of life, believe it or not. Because not every day I'll get up and cook because you're a chef. But mostly fast food for me. But yes, my favorite food cook though is pork.
Wow, I can't believe you said you like KFC.
Yeah, man, I do. It's the reality.
Yeah. I like your honesty though, and I don't think every chef loves to cook. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you cook every day of your life. You go home, you just want to relax most of the times.
That's right.
I love to cook, so I cook all the time. It don't really matter to me. You know what I mean? But that's I can't believe you said KFC or Burger King.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I hope you don't think I'm laughing at you. It's just it's funny, I used to love KFC too. I ain't gonna lie to you. Them the chicken, the barbecue chicken that they have there. They still do that? The Barbie fry?
Yeah, and it says spicy barbecue original. They have a zing on just about everything.
They don't sell that overseas though. It's only in Jamaica they have
I know.
it.
I know it's original and spicy. They say overseas, and I don't really do fries. They do onion rings.
Onion rings?
Not here in Jamaica. Overseas, onion rings.
Oh, they got onion rings down there?
Yeah, onion rings at Burger King though.
Oh, I never really had that at a Burger King. So outside of your culinary life and Eskay catering, what do you do like on a regular day, like on your day off?
To be honest, I don't really have a day off per se. Just whenever me decide I'm not going to work.
Really?
Right? Because
so you don't have a set day at all?
Yeah, man. I don't have a set day. Okay, Monday's my day off or Tuesday's my day off. If I don't feel to work that day, if there's no catering, I don't work per se. But except from the chef jacket and professional thing, I think off outside my chef jacket. Food. Yeah, me drive on down and go all over the place to buy food. I'm a foodie. I go all over the place. I like the beach. I love to go fishing. So basically beach, fishing, and basically driving around and stuff. That's mostly touring around the place. I'm an adventurous person. So ATV, swimming, scuba diving, the same thing. So it depends on what. So otherwise, from the catering, it's mostly going out and socializing with friends and stuff. And the food aspect, anything food related, I'm there.
Right. So if you wasn't doing this, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't doing, to be honest, if I wasn't a caterer, I'd be like a restaurant manager or a property manager or something to do with food and beverage aspect, though. If I wasn't that chef. So
you'd definitely be in the hospitality industry.
Guaranteed. Definitely. Guaranteed. Either I was planning to be one time to become a lecturer, or I said no, and this and that, but definitely within the same this hospitality, of course. I like it.
Right. Okay. How important? And this question I'm going to ask is based on, again, and I want to understand, everything is coming together. Now I see why you dress the way you dress, because you're not following the norm again. Because I realize none of your jackets look regular. None of them look like...
No,
and this is...
black and white.
Let me tell you something. Man, what was that? 2012? I think it was 2012. I went to the Observer Food Awards, and you was there. I didn't know you at that time, but I saw this guy walking in, and you had some, like, what do you call those things now? Like orange or just some pointy silver thing sticking off of it. And in the back of it, it said Eskay Catering. And I'm like, who this guy is? You know what I mean? And you was going through, and ever since then, I've seen you over and over again at different events that I've been to, and you're always in a different jacket, and it's always just a totally different design, sequence, whatever design you can take. I saw you in one with a nice, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like sometimes I think to myself, like, what's going on with this guy? But then I ain't gonna lie, I can see where you're coming from with your designs, because they make you stand out. They're gonna give you that attention whenever you go anywhere. Because like I said, I didn't know you in 2012. I think it was 2012 when I saw you the first time. I remember it's a green jacket. I don't know if you remember it. It had some silver...
green, spikes at the back.
Yes, some spikes on them.
The shocking color green.
Yes. And then the Eskay was in like what you call it?
So the same spikes are used.
Yeah. So what's the thought behind your jacket creation, and why you came up with this whole concept of creating your own jacket?
As I said before, I do not follow society. When you go to school, buy a chef jacket, white chef jacket, black pants and black crocs. Yeah. That's society. I'm different. I'm totally outside of the box. You understand? I wear what I want to wear. There's no rules and regulations to follow, except you should say have a valid food and permit, and should say a permit for your kitchen. That's the only rule I follow. But I want to be different. If I realize on my day-to-day activities, I just wear a normal see there, branded polo shirt, that is green. Polo shirt, jeans, shoes, I'm good. But when I come out for an event, though, my jacket must be different. And my jacket showcases my personality and who I am. I'm a very loud person. Very intellectual. Stand in English, I'm already. Top bottom already. Yeah. And I stand for what I believe in. I'm very serious for my company. My company is trademark, and I do not play with my company whatsoever. I can say yes, I can say no. I make all rules and regulations for my company. Right. So my chef jacket speaks volume of my personality. That's why I choose different colors and stuff.
So are you integral? Are you a part of the creation of the jacket? Are you the one going to the tailor or and telling them this is what I want.
That is correct. That is correct.
All of
So
them.
go to Pablo's, every single one. My first jacket was made by Ramesh from Ramesh Entertainment.
Yeah.
That was my first jacket, and he gave me the design, and that was a sponsored jacket. I did an event, and it sponsored me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every other aspect, I found something online, put them together, or going to Pablo's, see what material is on sale, or whatever trimmings were. I go there and find some accessories to go on it. My favorite one, I have a red shirt jacket with glass on it. So like
Yeah, I saw that one too.
Yeah,
I think you wore that one 2000. What's that? Whenever we
I mean,
went
that's
to the
2016, 2017, I have that one. You understand? And then I repeat it sometime. And then, of course, we get bigger. So I have to extend the jacket and stuff. So, and I've revamped it and stuff. You understand?
You're
So,
something else with that.
I saw a flexiglass. I went to hardware one day, and they threw down a glass outside and asked him for sale. I said, no one, we can take it. I'm sorry, no problem. I looked at it, I have it inside. I'm sorry, I will wash it off and use it for something. I don't know what. So one day, I was in construction, and the tile for the tile my house.
Mm-hmm.
I had a look up my arm, like a knife, like a stencil.
Right.
I could cut it. I was alright. I sit down, literally cut, and use the ice pick and stuff, and do make holes and stuff. And then I spoke to my tailor and told him to make a normal shirt jacket for me, right? And then I sit down one day, the fishing line, and I sit down and sew down everything about 3 days.
Hold on, you
so
sewed the glass on?
Yeah, so basically it have holes into it, and you put the fishing line through it just to hold it.
Oh.
And when I'm finished now, because the fishing line is so thick, I'll open the jacket and put the next layer of cloth there to protect myself from anything stick through the fishing line and stuff.
Right.
And from that, when I went to the event, everyone's like turning around looking, he's there. You're seeing your reflection of me in my jacket.
Listen, man.
So that was one of my best shirt jackets I had.
Right. I honestly, me personally too, I love to design stuff. I like just going places and seeing stuff and just, sometimes I take stuff off the road and bring it home and I put it down, and sometimes 2 months later I figure out what I can do with it. Sometimes a year after, But again, society states that you're not supposed to wear this type of jacket and you're not supposed to wear this type of pants, and this shoes is not because Eskay and these people created these rules that you're supposed to follow. It's a big thing. The other day I had a argument, I could call, or a conversation with the Culinary Federation of Jamaica, because they were saying people was wearing the wrong attire in the kitchen. And I understand if you're working for a company and they give you a uniform, but if you're not working for a company and you should be able to wear what you want to wear. Overseas, these people don't wear the regular jackets no more. You know what I mean? They wearing t-shirts in the kitchen. They have they call them service shirts. They have the aprons are different now. Nobody wears hat in the kitchen. Nobody wears hat in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's only in Jamaica you see people wear scarves. Ain't nobody wearing none of that stuff no more.
Hey, scarf with the ring around it, like that tailor.
Listen, man. when I come to Jamaica, I see every chef have a scarf. When I used to be there, I used to wear my scarf too. But you go overseas, nobody wearing that. If you go to London, I know you've been there. You see that none of these chefs dress like that.
That's correct.
Like chefs nowadays, they tattooed up to the neck, to the arm. You know what I mean? They got punk style, ear style, whatever. It's open market now for the way you look. So what would you say to people that tells you, oh, you can't? Well, I know you're going to tell you don't care, but like people who think that what you're doing is not right, this is not safe for the kitchen, because they tell you the chef jacket. Let me show you something. The chef work jacket, the ones that they're making now, they're so thin, they won't protect you, because they tell you the jacket's supposed to protect you. It's not, because it's super thin. Majority of the back is mesh, and the front part is made from polyester, which is plastic, and it's going to catch fire easy. You know what I mean? And the whole concept of having a chef jacket is to protect you. It's the same thing with the shoes. People only think you can wear clogs. Now you can go on any one of these big brands, Skechers or New Balance or clogs, and they have sneakers that you can wear that are non-slip resistant. So what do you think about that when people tell you have to wear the appropriate attire in the kitchen?
And my response to them is that everyone is entitled to their own opinion. And I thank you very much for your opinion. But moving forward, this is just how I dress. You understand? That's the reality. You have to respond to them effectively and one also effectively.
So nobody's ever approached you about that?
Several persons. And why I do it and stuff. And I said, I do not follow society. Is what I like to wear. Right? That's why I'm the own own boss of my own company.
Right.
I said, so,
And
them
how
own
do
rules
they
and
take that?
regulations. At times, some of them take it offensive, but at the end of the day, a case zero, right? If you take feelings and put it into business, it won't work. Every day, oh, John Brown said this about the company. Oh, them say you can't cook this and that, this and that. It's tough. This society.
Right.
Stop. This is society. You'll be a sad person.
Right. They're free to say what they want to say.
That's correct. And I operate my business how I want to operate it. And of course, following the rules and regulations of the Jamaican society.
Right.
And I'm good.
So what else can you tell us about your company?
What else did you say? Everything's on social media in terms of Facebook page and also Instagram at Eskay Caterer. So caterer, weddings, corporate functions, consultations, baby shower. You've been in a restaurant, we do just about everything for food and beverage. Recently, I purchased my own ice machine, right? So, of all my functions, I provide ice as well as my igloos, I have half jump. It's a one-stop shop for all the events. I do voluntary service as well in the slow period, which is basically from January to February, or I should say January, February, or May, generally. I do voluntary service, or sometime in October. I do free speeches. I do not charge for speeches if anyone is interested. All they ask to do is cover my expense in terms of my gas and also a bottle of room temperature water. That's all the thing I require. Right?
You said, hold on. What was it? What? You said gas and what?
Room temperature water. Water that's okay for me. Right? So
what brand water you want? It don't matter the brand?
There's no specific brand, but I don't want pipe water. You understand?
Oh my God, so, you are so...
cover my expense, I'll be there. I love to give back to society. I love to judge events and stuff. So if persons are interested, okay, come be a judge, no problem. Cover my expense for gas, and I'm there. You understand? If you require more than that, it's another additional fee.
Right.
But otherwise, some that Eskay Catering by Stephen Hamilton, something different, something innovative, something that is not the same as a typical caterer. I'm outside of the sardine tin. I usually refer to a sardine tin. It's a tin stuck with some sardines inside with a preservative, and the preservative is society. Over the sardine, everyone follows the regulation. I don't. I'm outside of the tin. I'm something different. I'm something wow that your guests will enjoy with Eskay Catering.
And on that, I'm going to hit the podcast right now. Listen, man. So you have a website?
The website into under construction at the moment. I'm finishing up some content first. Open website. For now, it's just Facebook, Instagram, normal telephone call, or just say by email.
Okay. All right. So it's a Pastrybear podcast. Eskay Catering by Stephen Hamilton. Thank you again for giving me this wonderful opportunity to sit down and talk to you, to tap into your culture, because you have your own culture, as I see right now.
That's correct.
I wish you all the best, and thank you again.
Blessings.